Okay, boys and girls, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can easily use the Google Sites module of Page Empire to get set up and rank for hundreds and if not thousands of keywords in any niche. Okay, if you don't know already what Page Empire is, it's a software toolkit that has many working parts, including keyword tools, content scrapers, and also the ability to create mass pages on Google Sites, on any domain that you have that has WordPress installed, and also you can create mass HTML pages that you can upload to your domain. Okay, guys, so as I said in this video, I'm going to take you through the process of how I get a site up and running. I'm not going to go too deep in with some sections because there's separate videos in the membership area if you're there, or if not, the link is in the description. Okay, that goes over some of the deeper working parts. But this video is to show you how easy it is to get going to rank for hundreds of keywords. It's kind of an over shoulder view of how I get set up. Now, guys, if you haven't already got Page Empire, the link's in the description. If you want to watch all the training videos and you're not already in the training section, then the link is in the description. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I prep the Google site. So I create the Google site, and then I put a top banner on, cover image, and I get the template banner sorted. Or I use DetectR. Now the link is in the description for DetectR. It's a great bit of software that I use in conjunction with Page Empire. It has so many usages. I would need a separate video to run you through it. But how it works with Page Empire is that you are able to create content that is just for the search engines, for the search spiders, and then you can overlay that content with any other website that you want. So you could have a load of content that looks pretty bad on the page, so to speak, but the content's good, as in it's good for the search engines. But then when someone comes to the site, it could show your affiliate link, or your own website, or your client's website. So as I said, the link's in the description. It has many other usages, but it's really good to use with Page Empire. It saves you some work, and it's a great way to make sure your click through rate is, well, just about 100%, because it shows the actual site you want them to see. However, in this video, I'm going to take you through the other method that I use, which is, as I said, I create the site. I'm going to put a top banner, call to action. These are all call to actions. I want the person to click through either on the top banner or on the main big picture that I put at the top. And the content is just for the search engines. I'm seeing about a 75 to 80% click through rate, so this method works really well. You might come up with your own ideas, which is absolutely fine. So the top way to get the best click through rate is DetectR, and then followed by the method that I'm going to use and I'm going to show you now. So the first thing that I do is come to your Google Sites, for your Google account that you have. Okay, then I'm going to create a blank site like so, and then I'm going to call this it. For this demonstration, I'm going to keep in line with the other demos that I'm going to do for the WordPress based sites and for the HTML sites. So we're going to pretend that we're promoting residential proxies in this case. This could be a local business that you're doing, this could be a client site, this could be anything that you're trying to promote, an affiliate product, but we are going to do one on residential proxies. So I'm going to call this residential proxies guide. So that'll fill it in for us here. What I'm going to do here is get rid of this title. Okay, I'm going to change the header type to cover. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is where it says change image, upload an image. Now I've made one here called cover one, and you'll see why I have this in a second, but it says click below to get the best rates on proxies with a little down hand pointing downwards. Now the next thing that I do is come to here, settings, and then I use the announcement banner, show banner, yes, and then the banner color. I like to have something bright that catches their attention, and I'm going to put I mean, I would think this out. I'm just doing this as a demonstration. You can put something that's a bit more meaningful. Click, uh, yeah, click here for the best proxy prices in town. Okay, this could be anything that you want. And then for the button label, I'm going to put click here. And then I'm going to, for this, I'm going to link this to my good friend who owns a residential proxy site. Of course, you can put the link to whatever you're trying to promote, like so. And then on all pages, then you'll see it's up there. This will look better once we do the full page. So what I've also done is I've created I'm going to show you this in a minute, but for cover images, um, I just put it in a separate folder so you can see. Now, what's going to happen when we get to our templates? I've got a big banner that goes across here, full page, that says click here to get the best proxy prices or something like that anyway. So the idea is that either click up here or they follow the direction and click the massive banner that will be here. And then you could even put banners and links with inside your content too for another call to action. So the idea with this method is to get them to click away from this Google site onto your affiliate link or your main site that you actually want them to go to. Of course, this is just one approach. You could make the actual sites look beautiful and just have this as your main page to promote whatever it is you're trying to sell. But in most cases, I like to try and redirect them. Again, check out DetectR so you don't have to really do this as much. You can have it so this page that you see is just the actual site that you're trying to get them to go with. Okay, so once I've done that, I press publish, and that's what I want to call the site. Yep, that's fine. I could actually probably best if I do it like that. Okay, it's already taken. Guides. Can I have guides? Thank you. And hit publish. Okay, so we can go back here, and then our site is ready there to use. Okay, so let's go back to our list. So after I've done that, the next thing I like to do is get our keywords together. So Page Empire comes with many keyword tools. There's a video for each one on how to use them. You've got Trend Empire that gets trends and trends within trends. You have the golden keyword ratio keyword tool, so you can grab keywords that way. And then we have Keyword Empire, which is probably the go-to keyword to get your main keywords for. What Keyword Empire does, you put in a list of base keywords, and then it's going to go out and get all the related keywords for them and all the questions that are being asked related to them keywords. And then you can go another level deep and again and again and again and get the keywords of them keywords, their related terms, and go as deep as you want. Okay. So I've already done that. There's a whole separate video on using Keyword Empire in the membership section. The links in the description, or you could already be in the membership section. So all I done is I got some keywords from this tool, and then I filtered them to only include the keywords that has the term residential proxy in. Okay, so I just want to also take you to this, and this is another section of how I set things up. So as well as setting up the Google site as I've just done, I like to have a separate folder. So I've got Page Empire Demo, then I've got Google Proxy Sites, okay? And inside that, I have a folder called Content. I have one that holds the content image and any other images that I'm going to use. And then I have keywords, okay, and I have another folder called templates. Then I have a text file called Blacklist. Then I have keywords for Keyword Empire. So that was my base. Sorry, this is what I scraped, keywords, okay. And then this is it in a different format. I don't actually need that now. And then websites to scrape. This is a list of websites where we're going to scrape the content from, and I'll get to that in a second. So that's my setup, my folder setup as well. So if I come into keywords, what I do is I have keywords 1 file, 2 and 3, and in each one I put the keywords that were scraped from Keyword Empire or any other tool that you're using or any way that you've got keywords. I put them all in here and I duplicate that and put it in keywords 2 and 3 because we can use them within our templates. There's a whole video on templates, so check that out, how easy it is to put use a template and put the content in there. Okay, so once I've done that, what I like to do is grab the content. Okay, so what I need, what you need, you don't have to use the content grabber at all. Again, this is what I do, and the reason why I got the content grabber is that I've done lots and lots of tests, and by grabbing the content from the top 10 ranking links for a lot of keywords that you want to rank for, um, I know that Google already appreciates that content. That's why it's one of the reasons it's already ranking there. And it just works. It works so well because what the software does, Page Empire Content Scraper does, is take each URL that you give it and it dissects it paragraph by paragraph and only scrapes into the database content that meets your criteria. So I've got a list of websites to scrape here. There's only 4 in this example. You Page Empire also has a URL scraper, so you can put in a list of keywords and it will scrape the URLs for you. I did it by hand in this case. Again, preference, it's up to you. These 4 links have really good information on residential proxies. So then what I do is I come over to Page Empire and then I use let's make this bigger. I use the content grabber. I already run it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the content quickly. I actually scraped so that I can just show you how easy it is to get the content. So select all, then I'm going to delete all that is selected. Okay, right. So what you do here, you make sure that all the other modules have the box where it says yes unchecked. We just want to use the content grabber. Then for records, we put all records. Then list of URLs to scrape, we just click here and we give it the list that we've got of URLs you want to scrape. Okay. And then how many threads you want to run at once? Well, I've only got a list of 4 and the bot's quite quick. So I'm just going to put 1. Content blacklist. Okay, so if I come here, I've got a list I talked about previously, and inside it, you can put anything in here. And what this does, as I said, Page Empire, the content scraper, it goes to the URL in question and it's going to scrape each paragraph by paragraph of the content. And for each paragraph, it's going to check against the blacklist for anything that you put in here. So if the paragraph includes the word email, or I'm going to add phone or phone number, I could put. I'm just going to put phone or twitter.com. And again, I'm just doing this as a demonstration. You'd want to think this through a bit more. If you're doing local sites, then you probably want to get rid of anything that has a business name, etc., etc. Okay, make sure you include a blacklist, even if you don't want to blacklist anything in particular. You should always still do the basics, like have something in this file. Okay, so hit save, and then for that I've just linked it to that blacklist file. So you press the icon here, minimum character length. Okay, so this is, again, it goes paragraph by paragraph, so only if the paragraph has over 100 characters do I want to include it in the database. Okay, so you can put any length that you want. Add content symbol to content. So how Page Empire works is, this is some scrape content. And when we come to the actual putting the pages together, how Page Empire knows that it's a paragraph is it has these 2 dashes at the start and at the end. So that tells the bot that it's a paragraph of content. Okay. So if you want to include them automatically, then you just have this checked, which you probably are going to want to have. Okay. So that's all ready to go now, and we just simply press run. Okay, hit run, and then you can see the action unfold. There you go. All this beautiful content is getting put into our database. You can see some is too short, so it's not including it, and others is passing the blacklist test, and it's the content length test. Now there's a little bug now. When it finishes a site, it's coming up as a red fail. It's not a fail, as you'll see. The content's in the database, and hopefully by the time you watch this video, that'll be fixed. But just know, in case it hasn't, that's not a fail. It's a success, as you'll see. So we'll let it run because there's only 3 or 4 links that I think that I included. So it shouldn't take too long. Although you'll see, look, we've got lots of beautiful content. So the idea behind this is it puts all the paragraphs into a database, and then on our template, we can decide where a piece of that, one of them paragraphs would show. So if you've got hundreds of different paragraphs from different sites and you've got 6 or 7 content slots on your template, then every page is going to be unique and it's going to be content that we know is related to the keywords that we want. Okay, and we know that Google already likes that content. Okay, so again, you don't have to use this tool. You might have your own content. I know that using AI created content is really big at the moment. You might have spun content. Whatever the case, that's absolutely fine. This is just one of the methods that I use and one that has really good success. So then we can come up here, the burger, and then press show database. We can come here, and here's all our beautiful content. Okay, just like so. Now, what we can do is this step again. Hopefully, by the time you watch this video, this is fixed. It's not really an error. It's just a step that you have to do that we're going to have done automatically. So you come here and you put select all. Then we can go convert and then export as CSV or export as XLS. So if I export as CSV, and I'll change this to make sure it downloads where we want it. So I'm going to call this content 1. Hit OK. And then you can see that we have all our content that is downloaded here. Okay. Now, what you want to do is you want to grab all your content. Okay. Any way that you want. There isn't too much in this case. Well, 136 different paragraphs. Okay, so copy. And then what I do is just come over here and then back to our folder. And then where we've got content, I'm just going to open a new. I actually like to do it here on Notepad++. Okay, we do have a little bit of a cleanup to do on this one. It doesn't normally happen. I have to have a look into that. But if there's anything you don't want included, obviously you could just clean it up. I could do search, find all, then just get rid of them. But for demo's sake, that's how I get my content. I'm not sure why we've got a few bits that need cleaning up here. Do we have word wrap on? Okay. Anyway, there's a couple that need cleaning up, like so. Okay. I could just do search, find all, but anyway. So I'm going to save this as, and just put this in our correct folder that we made, content, and I'm going to call this the content. Okay. Done. Rightio. Now, so I've got my content, got my keywords sorted. Now what do I want to do? I want to get my templates in order. Okay, so there's a whole video on templates. So you need to watch that. Okay, this is just an overview of how I get set up. So if I come into the link to the template videos and all the other content is in the description if you're not already in the membership, in the training section. Okay, even if you haven't already got Page Empire, you can watch all the training videos. It's no problem, and all the case studies. Right, so here, if I go to templates, there's a link. Once you buy Page Empire, I've already got some templates made, and there's a video on how what templates are. It's basically our structure for our pages, and we can use our placeholders to replace anything on the page. If you know HTML, you've got a big advantage here. Though I am going to do a video on HTML, but it's really simple to make a page. Basically, for example, where we put the placeholder content one, that would pick one of our paragraphs from the content that we just scraped and put it here. Okay, same with a content 2 and 3. So it picks one of them at random and puts it in here. You can use spun text like I've done a H3 tag here. Okay, and then I've put our final notes when looking for more on finding A, and then it's using spun text. So you can use spun text in your template. This is just a page layout. And with the other videos, you'll find the training on what this all is, but these are just placeholders that you can use. So all I'm going to say here is I get my templates in order. So for here, I've got a big banner that goes to the top that's clickable. So it's another call to action, and you'll see this at hand when we build our pages. So the next stage is to get our templates in order. That once you've made one template, or you use one of the ones that I provide for you, then it's really simple to use. I know it looks confusing at first, but basically this is you don't have to use Notepad to put these together, by the way. You can use any HTML editor, or you can use Notepad, whatever the case may be. So this is just a big image. Okay, then I've got a H2 tag, and it's let us find, and then the first keyword, so that will pick the keyword from our keyword list. Again, there's videos on this in the training section. So this is going to be replaced with best residential proxies. Okay. Um, so let us help you find, replace keyword one, best residential proxies. Okay. And then content one. So this is going to be replaced with a random bit of content from what we scraped, one of the paragraphs. Again for 2 and 3. Then it's going to have a H3 tag with our final note for looking for A, and then keyword one. So it's going to be the residential proxies again, and then so on and so forth. And I'll show you in a minute what this is. Basically, it's a list, and then it's going to put placeholder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in there. And I'll show you that on Page Empire what that is. Again, for the last time, there is training all this in the membership section. This is just an overview of how I put a project together. Okay. So once I've got my templates in order, it's time to set up Page Empire. So if we come over to Page Empire, okay, and then just gonna restart this. Don't need the database now. Okay, let's give it a second. Just gonna check how long I've been running for. Okay. Okay, so now you want to go to the content grabber and uncheck that box. We want to use the Google Sites, so we'll come to Google Sites and check the box. So now, again, this training for this in a separate video, but I am going to run through it quickly to show you how easy it is to get it set up. So database for Google accounts, put all, okay? And then the site to target, you just replace this with the name of the site. So you just come into your site, or we could just grab it from here actually. So you just grab the name of your site, exactly how it is. So if you've used capital, make sure that you use capital. Just going to come in here and put that in here. Okay. Your 2 captcha key. If it's the first time using your Google account with the software, it might ask for your recovery email. It's covered in the Google module video. So this is just a 2 captcha key. It's a third-party service that will fill out the captures for you. Again, covered in another video. Google pages to create, how many pages to create, how many threads, so how many pages to create at once, so you can multi-thread it, okay? Fails allowed, how many errors are allowed to happen before the bot will stop and just say, hey, there's a problem. Google site content file. So here, what you need to do is you come to where your content is. So again, to the folders we set up, content. I'm just going to come here, copy address as text, and then put that in here, and then it's backslash, and I called the actual file the content, and then txt. Okay, excuse me just a second, just for just need to check something. For I know that I'm gonna have to pause the video later for when when we get going. So okay, I'm just gonna put them in. Right, yo. So now let's get back to business. Should have done that before, naughty me. So let's get back to page Empire. So then we tell the bot where our templates are. Again, everything is in one folder that I set up. So templates, select folder. Now, remember on the template I said there's a list, and then inside had the placeholder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, this is where you set that up. Again, covered in the Google Sites video. But you can use spun text here. So I could put proxy, fast proxy. Okay. So wherever you put the placeholder, like placeholder 1 on the page, this is going to use whatever content you put in here. Okay. If it seems like I'm rushing through this, it's because this video is about an overview of how I get my project set up and running. There is separate videos, like there's a separate video on how to set this up in depth. So review that video, okay? Google Sites list. So this, again, I press the pen icon, and then in my keywords folder, I use keyword 1 list, then here, keyword 2 list, and then here, keyword 3 list, okay? And that's it. All that you've just seen. How long did that take? And obviously I can do it a lot faster if I need to, if I wasn't showing you guys how to do it. How far in are we? I can't actually see. Where's the runtime? Where is it? 27 minutes. So that's by showing you. So you can set this up quite quickly. Okay. Yeah. And then you just press, once you're set up and you're happy with everything, then you just press run and hit OK. And it's going to get to work, and you're going to see everything that's happening in the logs. Or you can press inspect browser and hit the browser button, and you'll be able to see the action unfold live. Okay, depending on what you want to do. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here, and I am just going to pause the video and come back and show you the pages. So we're going to save time. I don't think it's going to let me. I don't think it's going to let me pause the video. Demo gods are failing me. Okay guys, so let's go back. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay guys, so just to show you everything's working, I'm going to come here, and then it's just creating the pages now, like so, and it's going to run until the number of pages that you set it to create. Okay guys, so that's it. That's how you get set up with Google Sites. That's my methodology on how to get up. And yeah, I will put the link in the description to this setup as well. This is just a quick setup. Obviously, I'll take more care with the keywords and the content and all that good stuff. I just wanted to show you how I set up the folders, the order of things that I run stuff, and also how easy and quick it is to get this set up. Okay, guys, if you haven't already got Page Empire, the link's in the description to get your copy. Once you have a copy, you get access to the support on the Discord channel and via email, of course. Okay, so we help you every step of the way. I'm bringing out more and more videos and case studies. I've run this for clients a lot, so I'm just putting some case studies together that I can show you that are not client stuff. Yeah, so jump on board. You can use this to rank for local stuff. You can do affiliate stuff, your own products or services, and for clients. And definitely check out DetectR as well. It's good for page empire, and lots of other stuff that you can use it for. It's basically a great way to overlay any content with any other content that you want. So check out the links in the description, guys. Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.